So today I'm making a quick video on a toilet flange removal. Initially, people were smelling some sewer gases in this bathroom, and I thought it was the wax ring under the toilet. And that still may have been part of the problem. The toilet was rocking back and forth quite a bit. Upon removing the toilet, I found that not only was the wax ring kind of smashed and out of shape, but also the toilet flange had a fairly large crack in it. It was right around this area in the flange. You can see part of the cracked area where it was. So the top was separating from the bottom that inserts into the 4-inch discharge pipe. So when I saw that crack, I tried to decide whether or not I was going to try to saw that flange out or figure out some other way from removing it from the foundation here. The problem was that this particular flange was glued in with PVC cement, and rather than screws being screwed into the foundation and being bolted down. I know there are a lot of instances where plumbers glue these PVC flanges in, but it makes it a little bit more difficult to remove it when you need to replace it. So because it was cracked, because I want to do it right and not just put a wax ring on it and hope that the sewer gases subside without replacing it, I decided to go ahead and pull it. And I found that using a heat gun on a low setting, I just put it on the lowest set. Well, it has two settings here. I put it on setting number 1. I heated up the area. Well, first of all, this piece here was so fragile that it broke out when I put a flathead screwdriver under it, so it cracked and popped out. Then I could access the lip here of the 4-inch pipe, and I could see in between the 4-inch pipe here and then the mating surface for the interior of the flange. So once that was exposed, I took my heat gun and I heated up that joint there, and I put my flathead screwdriver in there. And what I started to do so that I didn't mar the inside of the 4-inch pipe is I would push the flange plastic toward the inside of the hole there, and it began to pull away as the cement began to warm up and let go. It began to pull away. The PVC actually got very malleable. It was almost like a rubber. So it began to pull away from the 4-inch pipe, and I just began to work around it. And then once I got enough of it freed that I could sort of tether it, I took these needle nose pliers that I have here and began to pull on it. The main things in this process are that, number 1, you want to have that heat gun on low heat. You don't want to burn up anything or misshape your 4-inch pipe. And then secondly, you want to take your time. Just slowly take your time there, because you don't want to crack or damage your interior pipe here. This is easy to replace. This is more difficult to replace. So do everything you can to make sure that you preserve your 4-inch PVC pipe. But I was very happy with how this came out as I just took my time. It probably took, I'd say, 20 minutes, just taking my time, going around, making sure I didn't mar anything here, and just lightly pulling on it and adjusting it a little bit until it finally dislodged itself once that cement heated up and freed itself, or was freed from the 4-inch pipe. I put a little paper towel down in there so nothing fell down into my sewer system there. But just a very simple way of getting out these PVC flanges. I've seen some people on YouTube, they'll take a reciprocating saw with a fine tooth blade, and they'll cut the flange, and then they'll pry it out with some chisels or screwdrivers and things like that. But in most of those videos I've seen, they always mar or damage the interior of the 4-inch pipe. So I think heating it's the way to go. You want to wear a mask so you're not breathing in either any of the sewer gases that escape past your rag or your paper towels or whatever. And you also don't want to breathe in this PVC as it's heating up. Probably not a good thing. So a couple safety tips there, but this is a very easy way to remove these PVC flanges. A heat gun, these are all the tools you need, nothing else. No reciprocating saws, nothing else. Just these 3 tools, and about 20 minutes and some patience, taking your time, and it'll come out.